And here's Edwards outside. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Oh, that is a stone-cold three by the Ant-Man.
Toronto calls timeout. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
To stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but you know, then you also want that vertical spacing too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
Martin a screen. A minute 22 left in the first half of this one. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game now.
Shooting for Toronto, Kenyon Martin. 2.
Shooting two.
That one's off. That one misses. The Heat have gotten 8 of their first 10 to go. Great shooting here in the second quarter. And he gets that one. He has 7.
I just love the ball movement.
Toronto has gone 4 of 7 from 3 during the second quarter. It's Bridges on the wing. Here's Bailey. He's guarded by Bridges. Edwards for 3. The rebound by Bridges. The Raptors have gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. Down low. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires in the triple. Edwards got 6 in the quarter.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Now Bridges. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
Not to mention the assists he piled up. You can see why his teammates like playing with him.
With 1 on the clock. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Heat opening up a huge gap. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with Coach Spoelstra. Coach, where's your team getting its confidence and energy from in that first half?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of it off our defensive stops, and then once we got into a rhythm, then started to, just make some tough ones, which, sometimes happens when you see the ball go in.
Defense set the tone, though. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Taking a look at the Raptors, they got their work cut out. I mean, you play this long, this hard throughout the year, then you get down to the last stretch, and you realize you got to bring it every night, unlike Kenny.
What? I bring it every night. What are you talking about?
Changing focus now to that first half. A brutal game so far for the Toronto Raptors.
Their opponent is beating them up on the boards, and they're not taking it well.
No, they are not. It's been pretty embarrassing. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Toronto's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. They've got Shepard. He's out there with Anthony Edwards. Bailey out there with Mo Bamba. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Bridges passes to Martin. No good with a layup.
Most defenses want to protect the paint first. Great job there.
Miami moving it around. And here's Bailey for 3. And again, Miami with a triple.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Bridges. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it.
Yeah, crafty move by Mikal Bridges off the pick. Just gets into some space and makes the shot.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And Bailey gets it to go.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Pass to Pajemski. Here's Fears. Pajemski with it. No points so far. And here's Bridges. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
The Heat shooting a legendary 79%. Their offense is just on a tear. Inside. The kick out to Edwards. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
Well, we know he can shoot it, Doris, but Karl Anthony Towns is most effective when he's also working in the paint.
B.A., he has such an effective arsenal offensively that he's most effective when he's getting to each of those aspects. So, you have back-to-the-basket skills, no doubt. If there's a mismatch, go at the mismatch. But he is also so effective as a driver. Straight line, with intent, and efficient off the bounce. He can also hit a mid-range. There is nothing he can't do on the offensive end.
And here's Bailey for 3. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bamba. And the 2K leaderboard showing us the assist leaders over the last month. Reed Shepard 4th.
His teammates trust that if they get open, he will find them. They're really in a groove right now.
The Raptors have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Outside Pajemski. Pass to Fears. Back to Pajemski. Will it go? Bridges finds Martin. And stolen by Edwards. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Bailey. That one no good. Nice D from Bridges. Toronto has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Pass to Martin. Here's Fears. Here's Pajemski. Covered by Bamba. Now Bridges. And that one's good. Bridges has gotten 4 this quarter.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
Here's Shepard. 9 points in the game. Oh, wasted no time on that one. 12 points for him.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, this season, new broadcasting deals are kicking in for the NBA. Commissioner Silver said we dramatically increased the number of primetime broadcast exposures to a level almost unthinkable from my early days in the league. In fact, the NBA is now set for basically nightly national broadcasts. Brian, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. And the three-pointer goes. Bailey's got 28 points for the game. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Heat.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers. You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Miami shooting their first free throw of the night.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. The Raptors have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Here's Spears. He's scoreless. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Out to Bridges. They need this. Knocks down the long J. Bridges has got 7 points here in the quarter. Miami has gotten 12 of their points this quarter from deep. 4 of 6. Pass to Bailey. Ivy outside. Here's Bailey. 1:05 left to play in the third. On the wing, Ivy. He's guarded by Martin. Shot clock at 5. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. He's got 17.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Spears. Let's go with a 3. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Shepard. He's got 9. Pass to Bailey. 4-3. Connects from downtown. Bailey's got 31 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And so it's the Miami Heat, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Brandon Pajemski out there with Fears. Then it's Donovan Clingan. Then there's Edwards. And it's King in at the four-man spot.
Powerful stuff from the Joker. The defense doesn't want any of that, and I don't blame them.
Here's King, covered by Smith. Edwards for 3. Smith with the rebound.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Driving in. Jokic passes to Williams. For three, Smith on target from range. Smith's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Edwards. The doors for teams looking to trade away a big money player. It seems the landscape is getting more challenging.
BA, to me, roster construction is one of the single most difficult things in this league. First and foremost, there are rules in place that restrict salary acquisition. The other piece of this is there are now second aprons in place. So it's not just roster construction, it's sustaining a quality roster over time and keeping that continuity. Success in this league is tough.
Now here's Podziemski. Pass to Fears. There's the triple. No luck on that one. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Now Smith. The kick out to Williams. Miami moving it around. Here's Jokic. Rejected by Klingon.
I like this. The sheer size and reach of Klingon was a big factor in him finding that block. And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Raptors, Klingon. 2.
2 shots. Last on the first.
And he drops the first.
Yet known for his size and defense, Klingon has the potential to be a very effective two-way player in this league.
He's perfect from the line this time. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Greg?
Well, you know, BA, winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days.
Pass to Podziemski. To the middle. Stolen by Ivy. And the ball out of play. The Raptors will have it. The Raptors have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Gets the 3 ball to go. 25 points in the game.
He's scoring the rock at will, but he needs more help from his teammates.
Pass to Ford. Back to Ivy. The 3 is up. Rebound Toronto. Mozgov's got his 5th rebound in this one. Out to the right wing. Ivy defends. Here's Martin. Miami grabs the miss.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Pass to Ivy. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now, Greg, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think the rules are fine, BA. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor.
Boy, Mikal just adding value to your team when he's keeping his head on a swivel like that.
Outside, Williams. Back to Ivy. Williams passes to Doherty. And the foul called on Brandon Podziemski. That's his first foul of the game.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
Fears, he's checked in for Toronto. Here's Jack. Pass to Bass. Now here's Williams. He's guarded by Martin. 4 on the clock. Here's Jack. And again, no good by Miami.
That's exactly how you have to defend them on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Bridges misses. Miami's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Pass to Jack. Back to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, just catching your teammate in stride right there. That makes the game easy.
On offense, here come the Raptors. Big run right now for them, 11-2. Now here's Martin. Bridges, left side. Here's Jack. Outside, Williams. Ivy outside. Pass to Williams. To the paint. Oh, deflected. And stolen by Bridges.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Heat.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year. And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Ace Bailey.
What a groove for him this evening. Just stand aside and let the man work.
Pass to Bridges. For 3, Fears. And it's Miami with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Outside, Williams. Now Ivy. Here's Jack. And it's Doherty missing. Here's Toronto with the ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. Outside, Pajemski. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. And now, time for our player of the game, Ace Bailey.